Hi students, welcome to the video lecture 4 of module 3 topic line balancing. In lecture 3, the topic covered were Kilburge and Westus method and a numerical on Kilburge and Westus method. In today's topic, we will see what is ranked positional weight method. It is also called as RPW method, and one problem on ranked positional weight method will be covered. In ranked positional weight method, the first step is to draw the precedence diagram. In this method, a ranked positional weight value, that is called as RPW value, is computed for each element using the precedence diagram. That is, whatever the precedence diagram we draw, with the help of that precedence diagram we calculate RPW value for each element. The elements are then arranged according to the descending order of RPW values whatever we calculate. Later, we assign the elements to the worker at the first workstation by starting at the top of the list and selecting the first element that satisfies precedence requirement and cycle time. So, these are the two main conditions, that is precedence requirement and cycle time for all the three methods. When no more elements can be assigned without exceeding the cycle time, then we proceed to the next workstation for assigning the elements. So, in doing so, we will assign all the elements to all workstation satisfying two conditions, that is precedence requirement and cycle time. So, this is the problem. The table below shows the element time and precedence relationships. Cycle time is 10 minutes. Construct the precedence diagram, determine the number of workstations required to process all the work elements. Use ranked positional weight method, also determine balance delay. So, this is the table. Here they have given work element number, corresponding time and predecessor element for each work element. This is also a previous year question paper problem. Only one problem is asked so far in RPW method. This is a very similar problem what we solved in Kilburge and Westus method. There the cycle time was in terms of second, here it is in terms of minutes, and also the element time is in terms of minutes in this problem, whereas in Kilburge and Westus method it was in terms of seconds. The precedence diagram will be same for this particular problem. So, here the first step is to draw the precedence diagram. So, one student has asked me the doubt regarding how to draw the precedence diagram. Dear friends, if you want to draw the precedence diagram, always you need to first consider the predecessor element row, that is this particular row, that is third row. In this row you need to select the element first which does not have any predecessor element, that is if you need to find a dash line. Okay. So, here element number 1 as a dash line. So, I am considering it first. Okay. Later in the predecessor element you need to consider this element number 1, wherever you find that element number 1 you need to see. Here you are finding element number 1 and here you are finding element number 1. So, from here where it has to go? It has to go to work element number 2, that is from 1 it has go to work element number 2. Similarly, from predecessor element 1 it has to go to work element number 4. From work element predecessor element 1 to work element number 4. Now, what we should do? We need to consider this 2 and 4 in the predecessor element. So, here it is 2 and here it is 4. So, from predecessor element 2 where it goes? It goes to 3, that is work element number 3. So, here from here you need to draw 3, and again from predecessor element 4, from predecessor element 4 where it goes? It goes to 5. So, from 4 it goes to 5. Now, you need to consider this 3 and 5 in the predecessor element row. So, where you have 3 and 5? So, you have both the combination, that is 3 comma 5. From here it goes to work element number 6, that is from 3 and 5 it goes to work element number 6. Now, I have to consider this 6 in the predecessor element row. So, where I have 6 here, here I have 6, here I have 6, here I have 6. So, from 6 I have to move to 7, from 6 I have to move to 9, from 6 I have to move to 10. So from 6 it is 7, 9 and 10. So now I have a provision of considering this 7, 9, 10 in the predecessor element row wherever I have 7. Okay, now I have 7 here. From 7 it goes to work element number 8. From 9 there is no element. From 10 you have one element, that is 11. So from 7 it is 8. From 10 it is 11. So next from 8, 9, 11, that is from 8, 9, 11, that is predecessor element, it goes to element number 12. Okay, from 8, 9, 11 it goes to element number 12. In this way we need to draw the precedence diagram. So now I will again explain you how I have drawn this precedence diagram. I have to consider this predecessor element row to draw the precedence diagram. So where I have this dash line, I need to consider that element first. So element number 1 as the dash line, I have drawn it. Now I need to consider this element number 1 in the predecessor element row, where all I have 1, here I have 1, here I have 1. So from 1 where it goes to element number 2. From 1 it goes to element number 2. From 1 it goes to element number 4. From 1 it goes to element number 4. Now I have a provision of considering 2 and 4 in the predecessor element row. I have 2 here, I have 4 here. From 2 it goes to 3. From 4 it goes to 5. From 2 it goes to 3. From 4 it goes to 5. Now I have provision of considering this 3 and 5. So 3 and 5 is, there is a combination. From here it goes to 6. 3 and 5 it goes to 6. Now I have provision of considering this 6 in predecessor element row. From 6 it goes to 7. From predecessor element 6 it goes to work element number 7. From predecessor element 6 it goes to work element number 9. From 6 to 9. From predecessor element 6 it goes to work element number 10. From predecessor element 6 it goes to element number 10. Now I have this 7, 9 and 10 to be considered in predecessor element row. From 7 it goes to row. From 7 it goes to 8. 7 to 8. From 10 it goes to 11. From 10 it goes to 11. From 9 there is no element in the predecessor element. The combination of 8 and 9, 8, 9, 11 is available. From this combination it goes to 12. So 8, 9, 11 it goes to 12. Okay. Hope you have understood this. So after drawing the precedence diagram, you need to write the corresponding element time, whatever the time given for that particular element at that place only. That is element number 1 as 5, element number 2 as 3, element number 3 as 4, 3 as 4, from 4 as 3, 5 as 6, 6 as 5, 7 as 2, 8 as 6, 9 as 1, 10 as 4, 11 as 4 and 12 as 7. So why we need to do this is to calculate the RPW values, you need to write this element times at the place of the elements only where you draw the precedence diagram. So now let us see how to calculate the RPW values. Okay. So here you need to draw a table considering heading, elements, RPW value, corresponding time and preceded by. So first I will go for element number 1. Now I will tell you how to calculate the element RPW value. RPW value is nothing but sum of elemental times, sum of this time, elemental time in the precedence diagram. Wherever this arrow grows, that is this element number 1 grows from 1 it goes to 2, that is 5 plus 3 it is 8 plus 4. So 8 plus 4 is how much? 11. 11 plus 5 is 16. 16 plus 2 is 17. 16 plus 2 is 18. 18 plus 1 is 19. 19 plus, again you need to consider this also, plus 3, that is 22. 28, this one I have not considered, 29, 33, 37, 37 plus 6 is 43 plus 7 is 50. So from starting to end wherever this arrow flows, those all element times has to be considered to calculate the RPW values for that particular element. So element number 1 has all these arrows to take it to 12. That's why I have written as RPW of element number 1 is 5 plus 3 plus 3, all the element times I have written and I got it as 50. That's what is written here. That's what is written here. Now I will teach you how to get it for element number 2. For element number 2, here downwards arrow is not there, only this arrow, that is 3 plus 4 plus 5, that is 7 plus 5 is how much? It is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 plus 1 is 15. 15 plus 4 is 19. 19 plus 6 is 25, 29, and plus 7 is 36. So RPW element 2 is 36. Now for element number 3. For element number 3 is what? This 4 plus 5, 9, 10, 14, 16, 22, 26 plus 7, that is 33. 33. Now I will go for element number 4. For element number 4, you need to consider this, that is 3 plus 6 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus 7. So you will get it as 38. You will get it as 38. Similarly, I am calculating it for all the elements. For 9, you will have only this 9 to 7, that is 1 plus 7, it is 8. Similarly, for 10 it will be 4 plus 4 plus 7, 4 plus 4 plus 7, that is 8 plus 7, it will be 15. For element number 12 it will be only 7. For element number 8, it will be 6 plus 7 only. 6 plus 7 is how much? It is again 13. And for 7 it will be 2 plus 6 plus 7, that is 15. That's what I have written here. So in this manner you need to calculate RPW values for all elements. Once you calculate the RPW values, what you need to do, you need to arrange the elements in descending order of the RPW values. So whatever the RPW values you have calculated, you need to arrange these values in terms of descending order. That is, descending order means maximum, that is larger RPW values should appear first, followed by next larger, followed by next larger, next larger. Is that clear? Larger to smaller values. So now arrange the elements according to the descending order of RPW values. So 50, 38, 36 corresponding those elements time and precedence preceded by is written. In doing so, if you see, this precedence constraint will be taken care. It will be very easy for you to assign the elements to the workstation. Now let us see how we will assign the elements. So as I already mentioned, you need to consider always the element which does not have any precedence constraint. In this problem, I have only one element which does not have any precedence constraint, that is element number 1 of element time 5 minutes. Here ideal cycle time is how much? 10 minutes. So here by default it is written as 8 seconds, it is actually minutes. Okay. So now next is element number, what comes next is in the table you need to consider that only first, that is element number 4 of time 3. So time 3. If this is not possible, if it is 6 minutes only, you need to go for next value in the table. If it is satisfying precedence constraint and cycle time, you need to consider this particular element only. Okay. So 5 plus 3 is 8. So total time is 8 minutes. Another consideration is not possible here because of precedence constraint. So next I will go for assigning the next element. Okay. So now I changed it to 8 minutes in this slide. So now as I already told, once the assignment is made, you need to scratch that particular row so that you won't get confused while assigning the next elements. So next is element number 2 is assigned, element number 2 is assigned. Next is element number 5 is assigned. So 3 plus 6 is 9. So it is 10 minutes. So under 1 minute you have only one element which would be preceded by 6. So not possible. So I will scratch that. Next will be 3, 6 and 4 plus 5, 9. Now I can consider element number 9 as it has only 1 minute time, and 6 is appearing on the upside of the element number 9, that is it is already assigned. That is why I can consider assigning element number 1 having 1 minute. So the total time will be equal to 10 minutes, which is equal to cycle time. So no problem in assigning element number 9. So station number 3 will have 3, 6 and this 9th element. element number 4 will be this 7 and 10. 2 plus 4 will be 6. This element number 2 we can't, element number 8 I can't assign as it has a element time 6. 6 plus 6 will be equal to 8 minutes, 12 minutes. Cycle time is 10 minutes. So what I do, I assign element number 11. For element number 11 the precedence constraint is 10. 10 is already appearing here, so not a problem in assigning. So it will be equal to 10 minutes. So if I assign these 3 elements, I will be left with only 2 elements, that is element number 8 and 12. It is been assigned at the last. Station number 5 will have element number 8, station number 12 will be station number 6 will have element number 12. So this completes the assigning of elements to the workstation, satisfying the conditions, precedence constraint as well as cycle time. So calculation of balance delay is same as in the previous problem. You will get 83.33%, as number of stations, element time and cycle time is same. Balance delay will be equal to 16.67%. A small change in the assigning of the, in these tables. Okay, see, whatever the problems you people have solved in the yesterday, many students have not drawn these blocks. Okay, some student I really appreciate, they have written the delay also for each station, how much is the delay and all. So I appreciate those students. So this table shows the comparison of assignments made of elements using Kilbury and Western method, assignment of elements using rank positional weight methods. This time remains same for all the station, only change is here element number 1 and 2 is assigned, here element number 1 and 4 is assigned, here 2 and 5, here 4 and 5 is assigned. Remaining things are same, here. Okay. So hope you understood the ranked positional weight method also. I request you to solve some more problems on the same method so that you will get confident on this method. Thank you. We will meet you in the next video.